Now we're going to talk about point textures and also arrowheads that I mentioned in one of our other sessions. First thing we're going to do is talk about point textures. I'm going to go and insert a circle. And I'm going to make this a perfect circle. And don't forget, how to make something a perfect circle or perfect square is you make the height and the width the same thing. I'm going to leave this at a 4-4. And I'm going to go shape, fill. I'm going to fill it in black. Now that looks like a very, very big point texture. But the reason why I did that is because you can go to shape outline, give your outline a particularly heavy outline, and fill it in white, and it will give you the white space that you need around that particular point texture. You can even make it even heavier. So you're sure that you have plenty enough white space around that. If this is too big for you, you can of course change it. That's a little more appropriate size, I think. So this would be like a point texture you use like on a map for a keyed item or something like that. You can do the same thing with squares. Again, fill it, change the outline, and change the outline color. And it gives you a perfect point texture. You can do the same thing with triangles if you're using a triangle for your point texture. Again, fill it, make your weight much larger, and then fill in, and you have perfect point textures. You can also, you can go about this a different way if you need like a hollow shape. Okay, we're going to draw your shape. I'm going to leave it at a 2. So this is if you want a hollow circle, square, triangle, or anything. So I'm going to change the weight outline of this to be something much heavier, not much heavier, but a little heavier. Okay, then I'm going to take this same circle. I'm going to copy and paste it. And I'm going to change its weight to be much heavier. And then I'm going to change its outline and its fill to be white. Then I'm going to send it to the back. Now I'm just going to draw a shape and fill it in with a shade so you can see what I mean. I apologize about the dog barking in the background. These are the joys of working from home. You see what I mean? Maybe that's not dark enough. There we go. How it has the white space around it. And if you feel like this is too much white space, of course you can change the weight of that. Also, the one that we made in 2 different steps, this one right here, you may want to select it and group it. And group is under layout. Make sure you have both selected and group. That way, when you go to move it, you move everything together. Also, if you copy and paste it, it will copy and paste the whole thing together. Okay, now we're going to talk about the arrowheads. I know I mentioned in one of our other sessions how you can draw a line that already has a pre-made arrowhead on the end of it. That arrowhead is particularly tiny if you need a line that isn't so heavy. Now, these arrowheads like this, they work well if you have a much heavier line because they come out bigger. But what happens if you don't need such a heavy line? So you use a regular line with no arrowhead on the end, and then you draw a triangle. I have found with my own personal experience that if you use a height of 0.2 and a width of 0.3, this works magic with arrowheads and comes out wonderfully. Now, what happens if you need to rotate it? Because just say this line looks like this. Okay. You just take this tiny green dot, it'll give you an option to rotate, and you rotate it. And you rotate it until you get it to where you need it to be. Or if you just need to rotate it left 90 degrees, right 90 degrees, you need to flip over or anything like that, click on it, go to layout, rotate. And it'll give you the option to rotate it 90 degrees right, left, you flip it vertically, flip it horizontally, or anything. Now once you've drawn this, and just like the point texture we made in 2 steps, I would group it. So when you click on it, if you need to move it, it moves together. And you don't have something that's moving this, and then you have to move this, but they move as one.